groovy.
Very stabadilic. Yoo-hoo! And thanks for tuning in to another cult horror movie review. Famous Franco-Polish director Roman Polanski made his very first English language movie in 1965 when he released Repulsion, a low-budget psychological horror thriller. It's not a movie that too many people talk about, but it's remembered by some as being one of Polanski's best works. While I wouldn't say that, because it's no Chinatown, for example, Repulsion is nonetheless a very interesting cinematic case. But just before we get going, if there's a cult horror movie you'd like me to review, leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and let me know your thoughts and feelings on Repulsion. So in this little tale of terror, we follow Catherine Deneuve, who plays a young and very disturbed woman. She slowly starts suffering from nightmarish visions and goes into some sort of psychotic fit after her sister she lives with leaves on holidays with her boyfriend. She starts to doze off into space, not paying attention to her actions. She gets visions of men breaking into her apartment and assaulting her. But the mystery here is that we don't truly know if this is happening for real or if it's just part of this poor woman's imagination. It's a pretty introspective film as we dive deep into the mind of what appears to be a very sick woman, especially in the mid-60s when mental illness was really a taboo to not talk about. I like it and find it interesting that the film slowly makes this person break down into madness. Her state goes from bad to progressively worse as the days go by. The viewer is invited to see what the character is supposed to be seeing and feeling at the same time. It's shot in a surreal way, where the whole story sometimes feels like one big dream, which helps to make the lines between reality and the world of dreams even more blurry. The camera quality is pretty grainy and low budget. It reminds me a lot of Night of the Living Dead. It was really daring on director Polanski's part to incorporate scenes where the character is the victim of sexual assault. For back then, these parts must have been absolutely shocking to the public, and I can understand why. Funny enough, it was a soft porn film studio which provided financing to make this production, after Paramount Pictures and British Lion Films all turned down the project. Unfortunately, this movie didn't age totally well, because for the modern viewer like me, it tests your attention span. Repulsion works on anticipation, suspense, and atmosphere. After the viewer finishes the film, it's supposed to deliver a bleak, dark, disturbing, and unsettling message. But sometimes it felt shallow for me more than anything else. It sometimes felt underwhelming, and I think the movie overstays its welcome. They could have trimmed out a good 20 minutes, and it wouldn't impact the film's story. That's the main problem I had with Repulsion. In a lot of ways, it feels more like a drama rather than a full-on horror movie. I would also dare to say it borders on experimental sometimes. I was surprised to see that it's got such a good IMDb rating. I personally wouldn't rate it that high up. Overall, it's not perfect, but Repulsion has got some interesting ideas nonetheless, a memorable lead performance, and some dark atmosphere, if you're willing to sit through it all. It's not a film for everyone, not for mainstream audiences, but if you're curious enough, go check it out.